Welcome, listeners, to the WION podcast. Today, we're doing a bit of a deep dive into some really fascinating science. It's making us rethink, what people looked like thousands of years ago in Europe, specifically the folks who actually built Stonehenge.
That's right. It's quite surprising, actually. What's really driving this is recent analysis of ancient DNA, and it's fundamentally changing our picture of these early European populations.
How so?
Well, it turns out that around the time Stonehenge was being constructed, let's say roughly 5,000 years ago, many people living in Britain likely had dark skin.
Dark skin. Really, that does challenge the sort of standard image, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, and this isn't just speculation.
Right, so this is the Neolithic to Bronze Age transition period, and it's based on solid genetic data.
Exactly. Scientists looked at the genomes of 348 ancient individuals.
Yeah.
These spanned from the Stone Age right through to the Iron Age, and crucially, included people found in Britain.
Okay, 348, that's a decent sample size for ancient DNA.
It is. And if you go even further back, say into the Paleolithic, maybe 13,000 to 35,000 years ago, the data indicates the vast majority, something like 92% of Europeans had dark skin then.
Wow, 92%. So dark skin was the norm in Europe for a very, very long time.
For a huge stretch of time, yes.
So what about later on, like closer to historical times, maybe the Iron Age? Did that change quickly?
Well, that's the interesting part. Even in the Iron Age, which is, roughly 1,700 to 3,000 years ago, over half, about 55% of the individuals studied still had genes associated with dark skin.
Still over half. So the shift towards lighter skin tones was really slow then.
Incredibly slow. Much slower than previously assumed, it seems.
So what caused the change? What drove the shift towards lighter skin eventually becoming more common?
It seems to be linked to genes controlling melanin, the pigment for skin, hair, eyes. The thinking is the first hunter-gatherers arriving from warmer climates likely had that darker pigmentation. Makes sense evolutionarily.
Okay, adaptation to sunlight levels and all that.
Precisely. But what's surprising is how long those traits persisted in Europe. The study strongly suggests that the arrival of farmers from Anatolia, that's modern-day Turkey.
The Neolithic farmers.
Yes, those groups migrating in, they tended to have lighter skin, and their arrival and mixing with existing populations played a really significant role. It gradually increased the frequency of lighter skin genes across Europe.
So it wasn't some rapid replacement or quick adaptation, but more of a gradual mixing over thousands of years.
Exactly. The emergence of predominantly paler skin in Western and Northern Europe looks like a much more drawn-out process.
Which means when we picture the people building Stonehenge.
Yeah, the people hauling those massive stones, organizing that construction, the science is now pointing towards them looking quite different from how they're often, depicted today. Likely darker skin.
That's quite a perspective shift.
Yeah.
It's just incredible how this genetic research keeps refining, even rewriting our understanding of the past.
It really is. Constantly evolving.
Thinking about the architects of Stonehenge possibly having dark skin definitely offers a fresh look at ancient European history. Stay tuned for more such intriguing stories to come.